time I heard it. Look, so the affordable dwelling unit. So make a very long story short, they've adopted 2 years ago, the affordable housing.
So this is an affordable dwelling unit, not an accessory dwelling unit.
There you go.
All right, I heard it earlier. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Why would they pick the same acronym, the same, and why would they pick the same, like the RIP, the residential infield project? Isn't that what it was in Portland?
But that's from Portland.
Was it Portland, the RIP?
Yeah, but that's
like, why the hell?
Rest in peace. But
because Portland embraces weird.
Is
that what you're going to say?
There you go. If you know anything about Portland,
they like weird.
The weirder, the better. So
so that's why RIP works.
That totally works there on that. But in this case, it's confusing people, right? And this is why we're doing the long format, and this is why we do what we do here. So we are not talking about auxiliary dwelling units. We're not talking about,
which we love.
Absolutely. I am a part of a national cohort that's working on that. This is completely different. This is an affordable dwelling unit program or policy. And it's been 2 years in the making. It is a different way of looking at this. We've talked about this before, is the developer incentive program. And if you read through Neil's writing and the links and all this stuff, it's a bunch of reading. I've done it multiple times. And to be frank with you, I understand this world, and it confuses me. Bottom line is, if you're going to do a subdivision, if this goes as written over 10 units, you have to provide 20% affordable dwelling units. And look, here's the reality. The way this is written, Keith and Jerry are not going to do a development in Albemarle County if this gets put together. So you're actually not going to get any affordability or any affordable.
These people are saying, these folks are saying that if you do a housing project, that 1 in 5 of the units have to be affordable and tied to AMI.
There's a whole list.
If they do over 10 units in the project.
So if you read through Neil's
no one's going to do that.
That's exactly right.
No one's going to do that.
Nobody's going to do that. And no
one's going to do that.
And Neil's home county is just going to get bigger and bigger. Greene County, some of the outside counties. So if the game plan is to not create affordable housing affordability, then this is the right way to do it. If you want to, unfortunately, I think it's going to have to go back to the original thing and start all over again. I will tell you, I've been doing...
Start all over again?
I've been saying that about the government for a long time.
Yes, you have, Scott. Start all over again. What do you mean? Start all over again to what point? Start all over again?
I think you need to start all over. It's a work session.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
So it's a work session.
Where? Start all over again at what point here, Keith?
Scott, let the adults talk, okay?
No props. No props.
Do you need a wall to destroy or something? I'll give you the skid steer and go destroy the wall. You know I love you, right?
God, I love you guys so much.
Thank God nobody watches or listens.
Start all over again to what point?
Okay, Smiths need to bring it back around.
No. Okay, and you got Neil commenting, and you got the local newspaper watching, by the way.
Right.
So thanks. Neil says Albemarle's affordable dwelling unit program is a bad way to integrate increased inclusionary zoning.
Yeah. So to simplify that language, at the end of the day, nobody from private sector or the nonprofit world is going to implement that. They're just not going to do it because the math will never work. So a 10-unit project, you'd have to do 2 affordable. And as the chairperson of the land trust, just to put it in perspective, we put 23 homes in the last 18 months, 65% AMI and below.
That's legit.
It took us a 10-to-1 ratio. We had to go through 10 buyers to produce one. All of those 10 buyers met the income requirements, but we had to coach them through PHA and financial coaching. These folks were not ready to qualify for a loan. So this is going to be extremely complicated. It's extremely difficult to do. My opinion of it in reading it is that they ought to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out a better way to do this. I've been doing this for 35 years. My biggest fear is that mission creep will creep in, things will just get approved to get approved. But the way it's currently written, unless Ned corrects me and I'm reading it wrong, I do not see it improving housing affordability at all. I think it does the opposite.
He says, in addition, Neil does, these units must be similar in size, similar in landscaping, similar in amenities, and be positioned throughout the development. What? This is ridiculous.
So the question is great. Okay.
No one's going to do a project like this.
So I'm going to do a 200-unit project, and 20% of them need to be affordable. Look, the land trust is built perfectly to help with that, right? But if there's not subsidy, right, if there's not red tape turning into green tape, if there's not any way to do this, the Stanley Martins, the Ryans, all these developers don't know how to actually sell an affordable dwelling unit. That's how I got involved with the 23 with Stanley Martin to go ahead and do